Today's video is going to be just a little different than my normal videos. Yes, it's going to have drones. Yes, it's going to have electric skateboards. I'm just out and about trying to find out if I can take my new Evolve skateboard, the all-terrain model, all the way across the path that goes around Lake Dillon. It's about a 19-20 mile path, and on the all-terrain version you can get around 19 miles, so it's going to be cutting it close. We're going to see if the battery just drains going up these hills. This thing does have regenerative braking. I also have the Skydio 2 drone with me to tackle some cool shots throughout this. So if you're here because you like skateboards, awesome. If you're here because you like drones, you're in luck. A lot of these shots are going to be done with the GoPro Max, and a lot of them are going to be done with the Skydio 2 drone. If you are not familiar with the Evolve brand skateboards, this is a carbon fiber deck. It's a stiff deck. It has a couple of drop down points so you can use your feet to really get in there. It's got the all-terrain wheels on it. It's a belt-driven board with double kingpins, which makes it very sort of floaty and surfy, which is a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get on the board, and it's beautiful, beautiful scenery. So if you haven't seen one of my videos before, you're in for a treat. It's a little weird when you first get it. If you've never ridden a double kingpin truck type board, it's higher off the ground because of the all-terrain wheels. It's definitely more floaty, but when you get going, it's actually pretty stable. I did have to tighten my trucks just a little bit to get it so that I was comfortable with them, but God, man, this thing is so much fun. One thing right off the bat is there is a safety feature on the remote. You can't even go when you're at 0 miles per hour. If you're not touching the safety feature right here before you hit the trigger, it just won't go. And once you're going over 3 or 4 miles per hour, then you can just use the trigger like normal. I'm not feeling very confident that we're gonna get around this whole lake because I'm already down to 80% just from climbing this hill, and we're not even to the top. This is the only big climb like this I have to do. If the regenerative braking actually works and we get a little power back, whoa, then that'd be good. Woo, brakes are a little touchy. They remind me of my E-Play. My E-Play brakes, which is a really cheap board, about $350. You touch it just a little bit and the brake just sort of throws you. I am in pro mode right now, not GTR, because I'm trying to save the battery just a little bit. As long as this can make it up this hill, I want to have enough battery to get around the whole thing. Really the big difference in the pro mode is it just doesn't accelerate as quickly. There's a little less torque off the line, really. It says we're going 20, doesn't feel like it. That's how stable this thing really is. Look how easy it is to carve these turns. Oh, there we go, see, slowing down on the steeper part. But I could pick it up into GTR mode, and now it has no problem going up this at all. Already down to 76%. We're not even halfway, or a quarter of the way. We're only 2 miles into this 20-mile thing, and I'm at 70-something%. Well, this is the scary part, going down this hill. If I can make it down this, I'm golden. Hopefully I don't get hit by anybody. I could probably power bomb this, but I really want to try to use the regenerative braking. We're starting this downhill at 71%. And I'll pull over for them. That's what I would want someone to do for me, is just pull over and get out of the way. It's all terrain, but it can't handle that kind of stuff. I don't have a helmet on either, so I gotta sort of be careful. It's actually climbed up to 72%. We started at 71. So the regenerative braking is working, but it didn't do nearly as much as I had hoped for. How else can you get these views? It's just not the same in your car. I guess the really big question is this worth the extra $1,300 versus the $650 Meepo that I just bought? or one of the other generic boards out there. There's some $1,000 ones that Wowgo and a couple other companies make now. And I hope to get my fingers on one, but I don't know if that's gonna happen this summer. We might have to wait till next summer because we have such short summers up here. Like, this is gonna be all frozen over within the next few months. If you're watching and you want me to put your skateboard to the test, get some cool drone footage and show it off in these kind of environments, hit me up. Email's in the description below, and I'm glad to test your board out, even if it's just a test and send it back to you. I didn't even realize there was a little beach over here until I took my electric skateboard out and I'm just riding around. I am currently at 43% and I've gone 5 miles exactly. Now, I did cut off a lot of the trail that goes through a lot of this wooded area you see behind me, and I cut through town because I had a feeling there was no way in hell I would actually make it around the whole actual trail. I don't think this is gonna make 18 miles. I don't even think it's gonna get close. I don't know if it's just because of that big hill at the beginning or what, or if it's just false advertising by Evolve. But be aware, if you get an all-terrain board, you're probably not gonna get the 18, 19 miles that they say that these boards can get. This next part of this path is just gorgeous. I'm getting rained on and it's so cold. Super cold rain up in the mountains. It says I'm going 19, but I feel like I'm going 10. I'm now down to 24% on the board and probably like 80% on the remote. I've got to go way over there still. I don't think we're gonna make it. This would suck to screw up and wreck here and your board launch down there, down in the water. I would go get it. It would probably ruin the board. Damn, that water would be cold. Something you gotta keep in mind is I am a solid 200 pounds. So what I get on this board mileage-wise is gonna maybe be different than what you get. If you're 150, you're gonna get quite a few more miles than what I'm gonna get out of this. 14% battery life left with still about 80% left on the controller. Overall, this thing's been a blast, but I just don't know if it's really worth $1,200, $1,400 more than some of these cheaper boards. I mean, it is a very nice board, and it is one of the nicest carbon fiber builds of anything that I've ever seen. And I'm half tempted to rip the grip tape off and paint True Fire all over this thing. This is a beautiful spot. I think I'm gonna break out the Skydio so you guys can get a better view of what this really looks like. So a couple of things I wish were different on the board. I wish the on-off button was actually on the top towards the back or on the side, somewhere a lot easier to get to. It really sucks where it's at because it turns off all the time. I'm gonna have to check the settings and see if I can make that take longer. I'm now at 3% battery and I'm not home. The remote control is turned off on me twice, so I really don't know what mileage I got complete because it resets the mileage on the remote once you've turned it off and back on. My guess is I've gotten somewhere about 14, 15 miles out of this thing so far. Definitely not enough to get around this whole lake. My $650 board should be able to get around it. I will test that later and see if it can. If you're interested, let me know and I'll make a video about that as well. And I do have the on-road regular wheels, the 107 size wheels, which might give me enough mileage to get around the whole thing. With the 97 wheels, they claim that you can get about 28 miles or so. So hopefully with the 107s, we'll be able to get at least 18. I'm gonna go ahead and go up here and probably call the girlfriend to get a ride home. If you are new to this channel and you made it this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you want, click that little like button. And if you don't like the video, why the hell did you watch it this long? And this is really gonna be cutting it close. 2% battery. Might make it to the front of the neighborhood. There's no way this is 18 miles per hour. The nice thing though is the battery is almost dead and I'm getting no lag. Like it's still going the same. It's not like it's struggling all of a sudden to run. Yeah, we're gonna cut up here over to the Kala and get a ride home. It's vibrating like mad and I have no juice left. That's it. It's in eco mode. Switched over to eco mode to try to get me a little bit further. But I think that's it. We got about 15 miles out of this thing till it was completely dead. So if you are a 200-pound rider and you're wanting distance, the all-terrain wheels might not be the best option for you. Oh, we got really close, but that's it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, click the like button. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again, everyone.